The gender paradigm shift.
In a world bound by traditional notions of gender, biochemist Julia LaBelle's groundbreaking discovery promises to redefine the very essence of human identity. Julia LaBelle had always been fascinated by the mysteries locked within our DNA. As a prominent biochemist, her groundbreaking work had already pushed the boundaries of genetics, but her latest discovery was poised to redefine humanity's understanding of itself. Her journey began in the state-of-the-art laboratory of New Horizons Biotech. Rows of advanced sequencing machines hummed gently, processing endless strands of genetic material. Julia stood amidst the controlled chaos, peering at a screen that displayed the intricacies of human DNA. Her team had just made a breakthrough, one that would challenge centuries-old notions of gender. Dr. LaBelle, called out her assistant Maria, breaking Julia's deep concentration. The data from the latest gene sequencing is ready. Julia's eyes sparkled with anticipation. This could be the key to proving her hypothesis. She walked briskly to Maria's station and examined the results. There it was, a gene that influenced the spectrum of masculinity and femininity, independent of one's biological sex. Months of rigorous testing and data analysis followed. Julia's team worked tirelessly to validate the findings. They mapped the gene across diverse populations, studied its expression in various environments, and scrutinized its physiological impacts. The evidence was overwhelming. Gender identity was as variable as height, not a binary condition tied to biological sex. Julia prepared for the most important presentation of her career. In a packed auditorium at the International Conference on Genetics, she stepped up to the podium, her heart pounding with a mix of excitement and apprehension. "Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here today," she began, her voice steady. "Our understanding of gender has long been constrained by the traditional notion that it is synonymous with biological sex. However, our research suggests otherwise." She clicked a button, and a series of slides illuminated the screen behind her. Charts and graphs depicted the distribution of gender traits across individuals. Much like height, which ranges from very short to very tall, gender exists on a spectrum. We have identified a specific gene that influences how masculine or feminine a person feels, regardless of their sex chromosomes. This means a person with XY chromosomes can identify as feminine, just as someone with XX chromosomes can identify as masculine. The room buzzed with whispered conversations. Julia continued, her confidence growing. "Imagine if we defined height based on sex, calling men tall and women short. This would be absurd, considering the many variations we see in reality. Gender, too, should be understood as a range. The implications are profound. Being a man or a woman is determined by one's gender identity, not merely their biological sex." Julia's research was met with both acclaim and controversy. Media outlets around the world debated the implications of her findings. Critics argued that redefining gender could destabilize societal norms, while supporters hailed it as a step toward greater inclusivity and understanding. Amidst the public discourse, Julia remained focused on her work. She knew that science often faced resistance before acceptance. Her vision was clear: a future where people could freely express their gender identity without the constraints of traditional definitions. Years passed, and Julia's work began to influence policies and social attitudes. Schools introduced gender education programs that embraced the spectrum concept. Healthcare providers adopted more inclusive practices, recognizing the diverse needs of their patients. Society slowly but surely started to shift its understanding of gender. One day, as Julia walked through a park near her home, she watched children playing, a girl with short hair and a boy in a bright pink shirt. They played together, oblivious to the constraints of traditional gender roles. Julia smiled, knowing that her work had helped pave the way for a more inclusive world. Her legacy was not just in the scientific breakthroughs she achieved, but in the hearts and minds she changed. Julia LaBelle had shown the world that gender was not a fixed binary, but a beautiful, varied spectrum, an integral part of the human experience, as unique and individual as each person. And in this new world, people were free to define themselves not by the limitations of biology, but by the boundless possibilities of their true identities. Then,